Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to our live chat on empowering your suppliers with the 7-Step Programme. Today we are with John Phillips, Senior Director of Technical Expertise at SGT, and I am Laura Ward, Business Development Executive. Hi John, thanks so much for being here today. Before we enter into the topic that brings us here, I would like to quickly introduce the group for those who might not know us yet. Worm Safety is a family group with more than 170 years of experience, and we have a presence worldwide with 1,400 specialists over 80 countries and a network of 15 laboratories. Within the group, we have companies specialised in different areas of expertise, and today I would like to introduce one of them, SGT, the textile experts of the group. SGT is the sole player with 100% focus on textile, apparel and footwear, offering quality, safety and fit-for-use solutions. During our chat with John, we'll cover how SGT's technical team has put in a 7-step programme to empower your suppliers. John, looking forward to what you can share with us about this topic.
Hi, Lauren. Nice to see you again. Thanks a lot. I'm really excited to be here today to discuss this topic. As you mentioned before, I'm in charge of SGT's technical team. I have over 35 years of experience in fabric and apparel industry, experienced in manufacturing excellence and quality engineering. During my years in manufacturing, I was heading production quality teams at Burlington Fabrics, Laces and Textiles, Kodo's Clothing, and Thai Garment Export, which is part of TAL Apparel Group. I then held quality assurance leading positions for sourcing companies such as Delta Galil and Li & Fung. Now, I believe there is no need to give a formal introduction about vendor empowerment, but before we start, I would like to give a little bit of context for our listeners to understand the magnitude of empowering their suppliers. Fashion brands and retailers naturally work with a multitude of suppliers, which can be numbered in thousands for the larger brands. Brands are expected to navigate and keep control of this complex and fast moving situation while continuing to deliver safe and quality products to their customers. While it's easy to think of individual suppliers as little more than a transactional necessity and a single part of the bigger picture, this limited view can cause brands to miss out on the benefits that the more reliable and advanced vendors can offer. Many fashion brands and retailers are now looking for ways to empower their vendors, but this can be quite a challenging to accomplish. While achieving open communication across the entire supply chain is an important part of customer-supplier collaboration, this is only the first step. Truly empowered suppliers will ultimately take ownership and product quality and feel that they can share their ideas, make decisions, and recommendations.
It's true, John. Some of the brands and retailers that I have spoken to about this topic have tried in the past to empower their suppliers, and they have faced many challenges. So they understood that it was easy to say, but not so easy to do. It's not only time consuming, but it also needs a lot of resources for monitoring, the ability to handle the reluctance of some fabrics, as well as the issues of unclear liability when the process and ownership is not well defined. That is why most of them come to us. They're looking for a solution to simplify the process, guided by an expert such as SGT.
Yes, Laura, you're completely correct. Indeed, the process can be a bit challenging if you do not have the right guidance. To effectively empower your vendors, it is advised that you start with the factories you directly work with and not the ones you manage through agents. You will also need to consider which of your suppliers can successfully empower, which requires a clear understanding of your supply chain. Those most likely to align with your expectations will be more strategic and trusted suppliers that demonstrate a long-term commitment. These are usually factories with a solid quality management system and with whom there is already seamless communication, a solid investment, and projects indicating growth.
Absolutely. So what I would usually do with my customers is to get them to ask themselves some questions to see which suppliers they could consider empowering. These would be things such as, are you working directly with the manufacturer or through an agent? Do you have top factories that you're already working with? Do you have long-term partners? Do you have a stable sourcing strategy, or are you shifting countries frequently? Do you create partnerships with your manufacturers? And what incentives will you bring to the factory? Will you be bringing more orders?
That's right, Laura. That's actually a really good way to start understanding the supply chain before launching a supply empowerment program. What is also important to take into account is that suppliers also need to understand the benefits the program is going to bring to them. At the end of the day, this needs to be seen as a win-win situation where they will benefit from less external control, some cost and time savings, and also improve quality processes and production output. Ultimately, this will result in an improved partnership with their customers and in potential increase of their orders.
Absolutely, and that's a very important point. Empowering suppliers also offers significant benefits to fashion brands and retailers. It allows for better resource optimization and going further upstream, doing more quality assurance, ultimately reducing costs, and then allocating budget to areas of risk. So the ultimate goal is to replace third-party inspections and shift the quality ownership to the suppliers. This would increase efficiency and ensure continuity, even during disruptions like those that we've experienced in the last few years. Fashion brands and retailers with a solid quality management team can put all this into practice internally, allocating time and resources to train and monitor their selected suppliers. However, as we mentioned before, this is a time-consuming process that requires constant follow-up and a comprehensive effort. Continuous monitoring is also necessary to ensure that the factories are qualified and they maintain the expected quality standards. Now, I think what our listeners would like to find out is how to implement an effective supplier empowerment program. Can you tell us a little bit more about the process, please, John?
Yes, of course, Laura. A valuable option would be to employ a qualified third party that can take charge of the program instead of allocating it to an internal team. At SGT, we support our clients' supplier empowerment strategy as part of our global risk-based approach. Our 7-step factory certified auditor program is designed to empower the best performing vendors to perform their own inspections. This program covers: first step, program introduction to vendors. This is where program and incentives are outlined to the designated factory. Second step, on-site assessment. By auditing the vendor quality management system and overall in quality organization. The third step would be to validation and training. With the review and training of factories' proposed own QA representatives. Fourth step is examination, as a written and on-site examination. Fifth step, correlation and probation. Through a minimum of 5 consecutive inspections with a passing rate needed of 98% validated by our SGT inspectors through a re-audit assessment, which leads us on to 6-step certification, where a certified auditor will have to conduct inspection and SGT supervision as part of their final assessment. And finally, the 7th and last step, monitoring, random and unannounced inspections by SGT team.
Thanks, John. One of the points that our customers really appreciate about the program is the expert guidance provided by our industry experts. They really value our internal input and flexible approach, always from the angle of the industry expertise.
Indeed, we put our expertise at the service of our customers and we intervene when needed as a neutral partner, so we help reducing as well the conflict of interests. We offer a continuous monitoring to make sure that factories are well qualified and maintain good quality standards to help them reach higher quality at lower costs. The final goal is really to shift the quality ownership in harmony with brand requirements. And for this, we can offer support through the totality of the program or just partially in the stages where it is most needed.
Thanks, John. It's been really interesting to discuss this topic with you today. It's much more clear now how brands, retailers, and also the suppliers can benefit from this program, and also how the difficulty of putting it into place can be supported by our teams. Thanks to all of you for joining today, and feel free to reach out directly on LinkedIn or via our website if you have any further questions about this topic. I wish you a wonderful day or evening and hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Laura. It's been nice speaking to you. And thanks to all of you for joining. Have a brilliant day.